people are going to like this show for so many reasons. The action, of course, but I think the story and the drama sometimes is really, and the little subtleties I really just have to say I appreciate. I appreciate the nods to the Bruce Lee homage. There's certain episodes that are named like Chinese Connection. There are obviously homages to like Enter the Dragon, the tournament episode with the Psalm with the Mark.
6 episodes.
Yeah. That was by far my favorite so far this season.
Dustin Nguyen, the director, did from 21 Jump Street. I mean, he did an amazing job.
I was just going to mention him, and he plays Zing from the Feng Hai, and it was great to see, great to see him acting. But then I also knew that he directed. I saw that. I was going to ask you about it. Thank you. And it's great to see because I'm an old school fan too. I liked him in 21 Jump Street. I knew he had martial arts skills, but I didn't know he directed as well. So that was.
But yeah, I really love what you're saying about like fans can be into the genre, the entertainment aspect of it. The martial arts epic quality. And the drama, the writing, the story.
The build-up, because the father-son relationship, I really connect with that because I grew up mostly with my dad. So it's like, I see the things that Father Jun's trying to impart in Young Jun. He's like, you need a little more patience, you're too impetuous. But Young Jun's like, no, we got to do this. We don't just, it's like, come on, we're not going to treat it like this. We're the best Tong, blah, blah. And Father's like, calm down. I got this.
My Ling's walking around like the motherfucking queen of Chinatown. The Feng Hai are all over us, which never would have happened if we hadn't bent over for them.
But this is my madness, but Young Jun's always just like, so that brings a really quick question I just had to ask you, and it's never really said, but there's a scene that's like maybe it's episode 3, you're outside playing the flute, and I think Assam and Young Jun are leaving, and you're just you already talked to Assam earlier when he was doing the stuff with the, the wooden dummy, and then you see them walk away, and it's kind of like, what are you guys up to? And they're looking like, okay, we'll see you later. At that point, do you think, or was it told to you, did Father Jun know something was up at that point? Because he had that look like, you guys are
right. That's one of the great things about Jonathan Tropper is like he dangles those things, but actually we don't know if the character knows.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, but it happens at a timely, perfectly timed moment where he might know, you know? And there are moments when the director directs like our looks at each other. At the end of that scene, I don't know if you remember, but Father Juh, there was a take where Father Jun looks at Assam after Young Jun leaves. And then there was a longer kind of a look, which would say that he knows.
Yeah.
But in the editing, they didn't keep it long at all. It might have been a quick one to say.
Very quick.
So those are one of those things where I would say that as someone who read the script and I make my choices as an actor, and I know that Jonathan left it to me, to say, you could possibly know that something's happening or not, We're not going to tell you. You can show us whether you know or not. It's one of those beautiful.
That's great. I love that you said that because I'm a big, by the way, Jonathan Tropper fan. Banshee used to be my show, so I know his whole history. And by the way, that's the other subtlety. I don't know if people pick up on this. I think by now they have. So every episode has a title, and within the show, someone always says the title in the show. He carried that on from Banshee, and I picked that up, and I love that. So it's like someone will always say that. And this past one was so funny because I love Yi, by the way, who plays Chow. He used to play Job and Banshee, and he has that scene with the Psalm where he does the, like my dad used to say, if you wait long enough by the water.
If you wait by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will come floating by.
And the Psalm's like, yeah, actually Sun Tzu said that. It's like, well, our dad said that too. Those little kind of subtle, like those humor points where it's like the writing's just so good.
It is so good, and it's all about like these characters are smart, you know, and they're smart in themselves. Whereas in sometimes when we say Hollywood films or Hollywood TV directors, and when they're directing and writing for Asians, when they're not coming from our perspective, the joke is usually the mainstream joke, But for us, it's our joke that you guys we're sharing with you,
Yes.
which is the great thing about Warriors.